I believe that Nigeria would have thrived as a monarchy far better than what we are doing under democracy. The democracy we have in Africa did not take account of our different idiosyncrasies. It did not take into account, for instance, in the Yoruba culture, that dobale is an important thread that you cannot write away with democratic norms. Alright, there are some systems that are not democratic in nature. Even in the language is not democratic. The culture is not democratic, and you now want to copy and paste and let it work. That's on one part, so that the system we have did not take advantage or did not take cognizance of our different uniquenesses before designing a governance system for us. Now look at China and what China is doing with their system. Look at the Middle East. Hardly will you find any democracy in the Middle East. But look at Dubai, look at UAE, look at even Oman, look at Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. How they have made progress in the past 60 years. And we are trying to change presidents every now and then over the past 60 years. How far with us? How far have we achieved? So you see that this democracy we have does not take account of our uniqueness and our culture. But that's on one side. And then on the second side of it, there are certain weaknesses within our laws that have made local governments almost an operational extension of state governments. And there are also certain weaknesses in our laws that have made state governors almost special advisors to the president. For instance, you and I know that no governor is powerful enough to give an instruction even to an ordinary DPO. The police commissioner in a state receives instruction from the IGP of police. Whatever Asanwo-Olu can get any police commissioner in Lagos to do is what he can use leverage. You can bribe, you can negotiate, you can deploy influence here and there, you can make it best, you can't give an outright order. The order must come from Abuja. So if the governor of Delta State is going to Abuja, that's where the center of gravity is. He can't command any military command and they will obey him. He can't command the police and they will obey him. He can't command civil defense and they will obey him. He can't even command federal road safety and they obey him. And then the state vigilante services is not even equipped, either by law or in terms of ammunition or arms, to engage this kind of issues. So the person that can give instructions to the Inspector General of Police, and the Inspector General of Police will now give instruction to the Commissioner of Police, is the President. And that's why anytime you have issues, you run to Abuja. You see now the point I was making earlier. Why can't we make governors take charge of their different domains, so that if they have insecurity in their domains, they can respond to it without necessarily going to Abuja? Because the man in Abuja, if he sees, okay, it's Yoruba versus Yoruba, let them be killing themselves, he can look away. And the Yoruba governor cannot do anything on that. For instance, you also saw that when Jonathan was inflicting heavy casualty on Boko Haram, people like El Rufai were saying that, oh, this is a man from the south trying to kill us in the north. But if you had empowered northern governors to deal with that, then it will be northern governors dealing with northern problem. And so the issue of mistrust will not come into that. Imagine what Buhari did with the southeast, trying to douse the issue of agitations in the southeast. People were accusing him, oh, he's a Fulani man trying to kill the Igbos. And when he removed his hand from it, oh, they said he wants Igbos to kill themselves. So whatever you do, you will still be looked with that prism of identity. So there are several structural issues that have made it impossible or nearly impossible for people to exert total control of their respective domains. So that's why I'm happy at the constitutional review that is being proposed. If they are doing it with all seriousness, then one of the things I would love to see, and one of the things we are doing with Africa's Money Center, is to try to send memoranda to that constitutional review committee to have them look at things like this. And many people have sent memoranda in times past, but unfortunately they have not had the lever to strike at the core issues bedeviling the country.